Hello, everyone. My name is JWTECHDEV Walker, and I wanted to record these slides. I got a few requests for people that couldn't make it, and people just like to have this to listen to in the future. So, this is my rant entitled "Data Science for Humans." In this presentation, you might laugh, cry, and tweet. This is my second time talking at the downtown UX meetup and group, and I really enjoy them. And I thank you for having me again for this talk. So before we get into it, I wanted to give you a little background on myself. I'm trying to reduce the stranger danger of this thing. I'm veteran, and I served 4 years active duty and 2 years reserve in the Army. That little parachutist is me falling slowly while crying. It was a very interesting but fun and exhilarating job, and I think development has a lot of different characteristics that overlap with jumping out of a plane. Then I decided I wanted to be broke for a while, so I went and did 2 rounds of Full Sail. Not to poke too much fun at them, I had a great quality education, definitely with the master's degree in business and entertainment business. So it's been a really long road to programming. Speaking of the journey, basically after being a business development manager and a company I wasn't too happy with a boss that I wasn't too happy with a product that wasn't anywhere near superb, I had tons of ideas and was tired of being botched that were tired of being botched in development. So after 4 months of dedication, little sleep, and finishing a 2-day deadline project for the Orlando Addies for their website, I was able to land a job at my current station, which is Bonnier. It's a global media company HQ'd in Winter Park, and their global headquarters is in Stockholm, Sweden. One of my mentors, Trisha, was the founder of UX at Purple Rock Scissors, introduced me to UX. And then I took her information architecture class at Valencia, and I've been hooked on development and UX ever since. And now I've brought that even further. I'm a full-time program actively working on branching into data science and then continuing it and front end. And I also have a big heart for tech diversity. These are the various groups I participate in. We got the Orlando Devs, we got Orlando Tech, we got BOT, which is Black Orlando Tech. We have Nerd Night Orlando, which I don't do any organizing for, just an amazing forum, and I spoke there once, and I'll be speaking there again soon. We have Code for Orlando, which is one of my favorite forums as well, that does projects based on stuff that really affects the community, Orlando at large, and is a brigade, a subsection of Code for America. And then most recently, I am now the CCO of Lake Nona Tech, and this is a forum that is in Medical City that we meet at Guidewell Center every month, and it is a great emerging group. So my future, these are the 3 blocks that sum up the future for me. I'm slowly but surely doing a certification with the University of Michigan in data science, which is Python based, and I'm currently sprinting through the free Code Camp certification as well, which has been really fantastic. They say it takes a year, so I'm trying to finish it in 6 months or less, and hopefully I will show them. And last but not least, I want to achieve Nerdvana, where I can build anything anywhere. I basically want to grow so nerdy that I grow a retainer in glasses, just off of brain power alone. So the big question: why did I want to give this talk? I mean, I want to hopefully make a complex subject both human and understandable, kind of like what you do in UX every day. And I'm thankful for Michael Dupont, who is a data scientist in the area, who gave me some really simple instructions early on at Code for Orlando about where I could look at data science things. Disclaimer: this is not a code example make you want to kill yourself type talk. There's plenty of those on the internet. This has let me share my perspective to make this hopefully ever clear and hopefully actionable. Data scientists tend to lack brevity, though this should be very interesting. What I hope to do is lessen your anxiety over the term and make it so that you see it as a tool and not a sexy elitist buzzword. Speaking of sexy, you constantly hear things like data science is sexy, please learn it. The main thing you see via Business Insider, Fortune, and other publications is the buzz and glamour of data science. It's emerging, it's sought after, and yes, it does pay a lot. But just like the photo of Tyson Beckford, you got to keep in mind it is sexualized and manipulated for inspiration. Although he is generally a handsome man, you get what I'm saying. There's a lot of production that goes into making him so great. So what they don't tell you is, direct quote from me, it will kill you if you're not prepared. It is very hard in a contact sport. If not approached with caution, it will make your company and career bleed. So, but it's also, very vital and not going away. So now that your anxiety is back up a little, what is data science in a nutshell? The big question. Before I give you my answer, I'd like you to think about it for 2 to 3 minutes, pause the video, and think about what you think data science is. And then we'll come back. All right. What the aliens say data science is. I mean, look at this slide. Minus Goku is why data science needs people. I mean, look at this gigantic ecosystem. You got, you got Hadoop, you got SQL, you got NoSQL databases, you got D3JS, which is a visualization tool, you got Jupyter Notebooks, you got Django, which is a big framework for Python, you got Flask, which is a smaller framework for Python, you got Spark that helps under the Hadoop umbrella, you got R. Um, it's very daunting. The skill sets and ecosystem is vast. Plenty of jobs and confusion to go around for sure. But these slides are why I did the talk. As you'll see, this can be broken down even more to make it more actionable and easier to conquer. And just like development and just like UX, it takes time. So based on the last diagram, diagram plus jargon equals crying Jordan. So that's my new algorithm. I'm going to patent it. Don't even try. Based on the small amounts of information and fluffiness, the only ideal candidate is probably Neo from the Matrix. Basically, the recruiter would call you up and say, "Can you beat up binary code? Do you have a handle on ones and zeros? All right, we'll schedule an interview." But that's not fun. That's not cool. So to help you out, I have brought 3 things to give you peace of mind when you're going into your UX data science venture. One, you are not dumb. You guys are very brilliant, and just because you came to see me rant, that's not why you're smart. But I see this community do amazing things on a daily basis. I see the tech community at large do amazing things on a daily basis, and I'm proud. You guys are really smart. So I have solace in that. 2, UX has a very important role in data science. You're not a witness, you're a leader. Ever meet like big brainiacs that are data scientists or really intense programmers? They're not really, usually the best people. They have a hard time talking to other people. They rather talk to computers. So they need you. So be available. 3, data science is a skill. It's not talent. I can name less than 5 things I have talent in. None of them involve code. You can always understand what you care about. A PhD in data science just shows that you have a dedication and maybe an inability to balance a checkbook. I'm just kidding. Doctors are really cool and impressive, and that's the default answer. So what is data science? Once again, in nerd speak this time. So hopefully I asked you earlier to think about it because there's no way your definition is going to match up with mine, and maybe you'll get your mind blown, or maybe your eyes will roll at me. But I think you'll appreciate the nerdiness at least. So no need to noodle. I gave this much thought. So data science is stark. You have hacking skills. The hacking is the raw material phase where Tony was captured in the desert. It's where you're tasked to use raw materials to escape your oppressor, which is usually the term startup or innovation. This is where we usually take raw or messy data sources and begin to build our Iron Man suit to save the world. Then we have our next Venn diagram bubble, math and statistics. It's in order for there to be symmetry and preciseness to the Iron Man suit, you need math. You also need statistics to see what has hurt or helped you in the past. Then you can improve upon your materials and also anticipate wrongdoing like Loki's attack and shield shadiness with withholding weapons. And then you have substantive expertise. This is when your suit is done enough to get the job done. This is time to analyze what you have and figure out how to fight evil and help people. In business terms, now you can help the company scale. It might not be the prettiest suit, but at least enough to get you out of the desert. As you can see, there are some overlapping subtopics, but for brevity, I will leave the part of Stark's data science suit of those parts of his data science suits out of this explanation, at least for this slide. Research is pretty explanatory, and you guys probably do a lot of research in UX. And I will touch on machine learning shortly. And then the danger zone is a more arbitrary topic that I just would say look up for yourself. But I think it holds a lot of weight on the slide, but if you do things correctly, you